As a kid, I always loved to draw, from the age of 5 on, and building things. Interestingly enough, when I applied to colleges, one of the interviewers said, you keep mentioning how much you love to draw. Have you ever considered architecture? And I said, no, I never thought about that. How do you spell that? I went back home and I went to the library and read everything I could about architecture and switched my major. And never looked back. I had a professor who was a British architect named Patrick Horsburgh, and he had started a new program called Environic Design. It was about exactly what we're doing with green buildings these days, and it's about how architects and architecture relates to its environment, and how can we minimize the impact of architecture on its environment. And it sort of planted a seed that continued to grow. My career, when I think back on it, I've been very lucky, and I ended up working on projects all around the world. And I try to carry those same principles that I had learned in my Environics class. Probably in the late 1990s, Rebecca Flora knocked on my door, and she started to tell me a little bit about what the Green Building Alliance was about. And as she talked, I began to realize, I've already been doing these things. One of the most challenging and rewarding things that I was involved in was the Remaking Cities Conference. We organized that through the American Institute of Architects, but also brought architects from around the world here to evaluate the challenges of saving a city that had been rooted in industrial development with the steel industry here, of course. NOMA Pittsburgh chapter is really one of my favorite organizations, and have been plugged in with that since its inception. NOMA Pittsburgh has just rocketed up to the top of the stars list in the national organization of NOMA, and I'm so proud of all the accomplishments that they've made here in Pittsburgh. It's very rewarding to drive around the city at this stage in my career and see the impact that organizations like Green Building Alliance has had, as well as NOMA and AIA, in shaping the future of the city.